Welcome. Continue. Angle sections. Last class I considered equal angle. Now unequal angle. First one, random unequal angle. See. Find moment of inertia about centroidal axis. I already told you. Now I won't explain what is centroidal axis. All the statements are given about axis. 200, 140, 10 and 12. Remember, first of all, if this is 12, this is 10, thickness is different. There is no question of what? Any use of not symmetry actually. First of all, angle section is not symmetrical. See, like if this is 200, this also 200. Even then, x bar and y bar will be different. Because why? Thickness different. First of all, in all the standard angles manufactured, thickness is same. That I will go for question unequal angle with different thicknesses and also different legs. Next I will go select an angle which is used in the IS handbook. I will change the orientation. See, last time I put the angle this way. Now I am changing this way, orientation. Okay. See how I am explaining, that way you have to solve. Okay, first, divide into parts. See, what all you write here, what all required you write if you want. Required to find moment of inertia about centroidal axis, that is IXX, IYY. So first you have to locate centroid G. All the statement I told you earlier, I am not going to repeat. You should study everything, then only my class will be clear for you. Okay, start. We will divide horizontal here. 200 by 12. This is 140. 12 less, subtract 12. 128. Figure 1, figure 2. Or part 1, part 2. See. Centroid G1, centroid G2. Now, first, since they want moment of inertia about centroidal axis, first you have to locate centroid. Class, consider reference axis OX and OY as shown in figure. Then X bar formula you write. Y bar, see X bar from what? X bar from where? OY. I already told you, X bar is from OY and Y bar is from OX. Formula you should write. Now if you expect me to write A1 X1, A2 X2 like that, don't consider my class. Okay, start. First area. First of all, this also I should not explain. See, 200 into 12 into x1, 200 by 2. Next, second one, 10 into 128 into 190 plus 10 by 2, or 200 minus 10 by 2. Divide by area will give x bar. Same way, y bar. 200 into 12 into 12 by 2, 10 into 128 into 12 plus 128 by 2. Divide by area will give y bar. So once you get x bar, y bar, make a note here. Go, see, the question is not to locate centroid. Question is to find moment of inertia. So go back here, mark the axis. See, x bar we got 133. This is 100. So this is disturbing me. I'll do one thing now. Disturbing means it's coming in between. Okay, 2. Now okay, this is 1 also disturbing. I'll do one thing, 1 I'll write here. Any problem? Yes, x bar, y bar problem, 1 minute. I'll put 1 here, so that no confusion. Okay, see. X bar, 133, 100, let somewhere here. Exact scale I can't maintain. This is your x bar equal to 133.043. Immediately mark from this side. From 200 minus 133.043 is 66.957. 66.957. Okay. Y bar we got 30.348. See, 12, but up to here is much more, somewhere here. From here to here is your y bar. Space problem. Okay. 140, I'll write this. 140, I'll write here. 140. Okay, this is how much? 1 y bar. Okay, y bar equal to 133.043. Then from top extreme end here, see, from the top extreme end, mark what is this distance. 140 minus, not 133, ayo, what is 1? Y bar is there. Where I am? Okay, this is your y bar. Y bar equal to, I am wondering, 30.348. Okay. Sometime it happens. 30.348. I got a shock. Okay. From there, it is 140 minus 30.348. 109.652 from here. 109.652. Enter the value. This is the intersection G for the bender. Okay, now start. Calculate moment of inertia. Now after everything is over, come here. See, here. Fresh. By parallax theorem, I about any axis equal to Ig plus A square. Now I will not explain. Start fast. Come to this one. First for figure 1. See, centroid is here. We want I about, we have to write xx, yy. I forgot right here. Xx and yy. Okay, first. We want I about xx. First come to G1. Axis parallel to xx passing through G1 is this axis. 200 into 12 cube by 12. 200 into 12 cube by 12 is Ig plus area. 200 into 12 is the area into from centroid to this axis. See, this distance square is 30.348. Red color 348 minus 12 by 2. 12 by 2 whole square. That is for first one. Continue. Plus second one. This is for first one. See, part number 1. There is no space problem today. Okay, over. Plus for second one, I about its own axis parallel to x-axis. 10 into 128 cube by 12. 10 into 128 cube divided by 12. First of all, I need not explain this one. Plus 10 into 128 is the area into from centroid to here. This distance square is 109.652. Red color. Okay. 109.652 minus 12 by 2. Minus 12 by 2 whole square over. That also over. Calculate whatever answer comes right. 10 to the power 6 millimeter power 4. Answer not required. Since I wrote everything, answer is not required. See, whenever I write all the steps, at that time, final answer is not required. You calculate. Same way, I about yy and see, ixx over right here. I about yy. Start. Come to figure number 1. Its centroid is here. Axis passing to centroid parallel to yy. See here. 12 into 200 cube by 12. Nobody should tell how it into 200 cube divided by 12 is Ig plus area is 200 into 12 is the area into from centroid to yy this distance square. See, this distance square is 133.043. 133.043. This from this distance from centroid, this is 200. From centroid to here is 200 by 2 minus 200 by 2 whole square. That will complete for figure number 1. Plus second part. I about yy axis. See, This all I explained very thoroughly earlier by numerous examples. That's why I told, unless you study the previous class and don't study properly, my class will not be clear. So start first. So suddenly someone will come to my class. Suddenly to a class he comes. He will not understand. See, I about its own axis. 128 into 10 cube by 12. 128 into 10 cube divided by 12 Ig plus area. 128 into 10 is the area into from centroid, what about this axis, area into this distance square, that is 66.957 minus half of 10 whole square over, you get close over, equal to, write the answer whatever you get in 10 to the power 6 millimeter power 4. So question completed. Now make a note. Suppose in the question they ask radius of gyration, all correct, Ix is 30, Ix 30.348 and 133, okay, 133 point something, and okay. Suppose in the question they ask what is the radius of gyration about centroidal axis, Rxx, Ryy, then Rxx equal to whatever Ixx divided by total area root of that will give Rxx. Same way. What about Iyy you got there? This all already over. Divide by total area, take root, you get Ryy. Suppose in the question they ask, find polar moment of inertia about an axis passing to centroid, or moment of inertia about an axis passing to centroid but perpendicular to the plane, then the answer is Ixx plus Iyy. These are all told for you many times. So complete the question. This is randomly taken angle, question 3. Now question 4, I will select an angle from the IS handbook so that you can get the answer. Question number 4. Find radius of gyration about centroidal axis. 125 mm, 95 mm, both are 10. You can make a small note at the end of the class. This is a standard angle given in IS handbook, that I will come later. That is for those who want steel structure knowledge. Okay, start. Class, I won't write it everything. Required to find, see what all I dictate you are right. Required to find radius of gyration about centroidal axis. See, let G be the centroid, XX be the horizontal axis, YY be the vertical axis passing to centroid. So they want radius of gyration R about XX and YY. Then write R about XX equal root of IXX by A, RYY equal root of IYY by A. Therefore, if you want radius of gyration, first you have to find moment of inertia about centroidal axis. For that, first you have to locate centroid. Same story. I will take reference point here. See, I will divide like this. 95 intact. This is 10. This is 10 and 115. See, start. X bar. 95 into 10 into 95 by 2 plus 115 into 10 into 85 plus 10 by 2 divided by total area will give X bar. Y bar. 95 into 10 into 115 plus 10 by 2, y1, then 10 into 115 into 115 by 2 divided by area will give y bar. If anybody got difficulty for this one, I told there is a limit for everything. Okay. Now, right here. As soon as you get this one, immediately you come here and locate. See, X bar from here, 70.774. This is 95 by 2 is 40 odd, see, somewhere here. So I'll continue, see. This is 7 X bar. How much X bar? 70.774. 774. Then From this end, you calculate. I already noted down the answer there. 24.226. How I got it? Subtract 70.774 from 95. Y bar, we got 85.774. See, here. X axis. This is YY axis. Okay, X also over. From here, we got Y bar, X axis. Okay. This is your Y bar. Y bar equal to 85.774. From here, this will be, from 125 subtract, it will be 39.226. I already calculated to save the time. Okay, this is centroid G. Now, go for moment of inertia calculation. I about any axis, Ig plus A square. Actually, next time I won't write this one. Start. Now, first of all, I need not explain. Look at the board and do it. But still, I am doing my duty. XX. I about its own centroidal axis. Parallel to XX. 95 into 10 cube by 12. Plus 95 into 10 is the area into from centroid to XX. See, this distance square. That is 39.226 minus 10 by 2 whole square. For this angle, first I about its own axis. 10 into 115 cube by 12. Its own axis means axis in future. If I tell to save the time, its own axis, I will write next class. It means axis passing to centroid of the part considered parallel to required axis. Okay. Plus area, 10 into 115 into, see, this distance square, that is 85.774 is this distance, subtract half of 115 whole square. You get Ixx in millimeter power 4. I calculated for some reason. Iyy. I about yy. Start. First, about its own centroidal axis, this axis. 10 into 95 cube by 12 plus area into this distance square is 70.774 minus 95 by 2 whole square. For this one, I about its own centroidal axis. 115 into 10 cube by 12 plus area into this distance square, 24.226 minus 10 by 2 whole square, you get I about yy. Okay, now, closing part. The question is not moment of inertia. See, question is to find radius of gyration. Okay, now do one thing. Find radius of gyration. This I will remove. So, write. As usual. Radius, you should write. Why should I write unnecessary? Radius of gyration in general or about any axis is root of I about that axis divided by area. Therefore, R about XX equal to square root of I about XX divided by total area. R about YY equal to root of I about YY divided by area. Total area equal to A1 plus A2. You already know it. You calculate. It is A1 plus A2. It is actually 2100. 2100 mm square. Okay. Therefore, substitute your RXX is root of, you substitute whatever IXX you got divided by 2100. How much it is? Why should I waste time? No, I should not calculate. Waste of time. You do it. Root of Ixx by area, Rxx will come 39.686 millimeter. Ryy will come root of whatever Iyy you got by area, it will be 28 I already calculated, 147 millimeter. Over. This question is completely over. Okay, now make a note. Just a note. Okay. Where? Okay, I will remove this one now. Okay, this is required. Okay. Area how much I told? Total area is 2100. 2100 mm square. Okay, now make a note. This is only for those who are interested in steel structures. This 125 by 95 by 10 is a standard angle used in India where properties are given when longer leg is vertical. Yes, our longer leg is vertical. Next, one more question I will take up next class where shorter leg is vertical. I will explain. But one thing, it is not printed here. In the handbook, they printed like this. See, they printed like this. Of course, curvature is there. See, I told you clearly. In the handbook, they printed like this. See, curvature is there, and then this is the printed. This is 125. This is 95. Thickness is 10. Then they told this is its x-x axis. This is its y-y axis. Then they are given what is the area. Then they told this distance as not x bar, centroidal distance of y-y axis, CYY. And this distance they told here, centroidal distance of xx, they told CXX. Okay, that values I have to, I forgot to bring the book here. That steel table book I have not brought. Okay, 1 minute. And then they told area, what is I about xx, what is I about yy. Then they also told what is r about xx, also what is r about yy. All are given. And this CXX, CYY also given. CXX, CYY also given there. CXX given and CYY given. Okay, I will do one thing. I will see the handbook and enter the value. I will pause the recording. Okay, I entered the values. In the IS handbook, these are printed. Now do one thing, check the answer. See, area they told 2102. Our area is 2100. I told because of the curvature, it is not fully rectangle. Little, see, here also some turning is there. Little lesser area here, little more area here. So, slight variation is there. That we are helpless. Engineering mechanics answer is 2100. In steel structure, it is 2102. Okay, then see this distance. 1 minute. Fighting is going on there. Crowd problem. Okay, those people left. Now I can continue. See, then see. Our orientation is like this, but they have given this way. See now, longer leg. That's okay. Next class I will take a question where in the class longer leg is horizontal, but in the table longer leg vertical. I will explain next class. Okay, now. So next class is the concluding class for angles. And one more thing, see, first question, if I remember, I took this way. Second question, just now I took this way. This question this way. Next class I will take this way. Okay. Now see here. They told distance of centroid from this shorter leg here, CXX is where 38 millimeter. See, from the shorter leg here, centroid. Oh, correct. 38, 39. Little difference is there. Helpless. That is because of variation. And they told distance of centroid from YY, from the longer leg here, CYY is, where is it? 23.9. That is this distance, 23.9. 24.2. 23.9 is almost 24 only. Okay. This is also correct. Correct. Where is that one? Correct. Then area is correct. IXX they told 3.258. We got 3.3. 3.258 is 3.3. IYY they told 1.627. We got 1.663. Because of here you took pure rectangle. R about XX they told, where is the answer? 39.4. Our answer, 39.676. RYY they told 27.8, 28.1. 27.8 is very nearly equal to 28, 28.147. But in the next class, what will happen is, your XX here will become YY there, your YY here will become XX there. First I will take class for engineering mechanics. Then I will tell for those who are interested in steel structures, I will give information. Okay. That's all. Today Sunday, hectic activity for me. Long class I have taken. Feeling tired also. Okay, sufficient. Now work out all these questions. I will continue tomorrow, next class, where concluding class for angles. Then I will go to other sections. Okay, next class we will meet. Thank you.